62,000 dislikes. Hello everybody and welcome back to today's video, and today we're going to be discussing Jey Uso. And while I have admitted I am a fan of Jey Uso, I cannot help but to be concerned for the guy, as after Monday Night Raw, look, as a fan of the dude, I even flat out said, look, no one wants to see him versus CM Punk. No one wants to see Jey Uso versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. And it's clear from the YouTube dislikes, as I said, when this video started, 62,000 dislikes. 62,000 dislikes. And loads of comments talking about how it should have been LA Knight, or it should have been AJ Styles, or it should have been, well, maybe not Dominic Mysterio. I did hear someone say Dominic, and I'm like, no, he's already got enough titles. But people literally said anyone would have been a better option than Jey Uso. So I guess people are saying they would have even been okay with Jimmy Uso, because they said anyone. But the point is, I can't help but to be concerned now that Triple H is doing Jey Uso like this. Now, some people may say Jey Uso deserves it, but here's the thing. He had his moment. He won the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania, and his title reign was a flop. His title reign was a flop, and I saw this comment. It was absolutely hilarious. Somebody called Jey Uso Jey Puso. It was actually really funny. I actually cracked myself up laughing. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call him that from now on. It's actually really funny. But yeah, like, so many fans are not happy with Jey Uso becoming the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title, and honestly, I can't say I blame them. Like, LA Knight's been deserving for so long. He's still as over as ever. He's still massively over despite his poor booking. Despite LA Knight's poor booking, he has still gotten the most following. Jey Uso doesn't have the highest merchandise sales. Like, LA Knight's outbeat him. Obviously, John Cena is outbeating him because it's his retirement tour. CM Punk. I mean, hell, I bet even AJ Lee probably is probably selling more shirts than Jey Uso. But the point is that fans are tired of him. Fans are tired of the Jey Uso experiment. This is giving me Roman Reigns 2015 vibes. This screams something Vince would do with Roman Reigns. Remember when fans wouldn't accept Roman Reigns as Vince's guy, and Vince did everything in his power to make sure that Roman was his guy? He would push everybody else aside, everyone who the fans wanted, like from Daniel Bryan to Bray Wyatt to many other people who they felt deserved the opportunities. Even John Moxley, when he was popular, when he was at the peak of his popularity, when he was Dean Ambrose. And then Vince would keep pushing all of those more deserving than Roman aside in favor of Roman Reigns, and the fans saw through it. This is exactly what I'm seeing here with Jey Uso. You're pushing LA Knight aside. You're pushing AJ Styles aside. Like, you had AJ Styles win the tag team titles with Dragon Lee, for crying out loud. How in the world can anyone look at that and say, yeah, that's a good thing? AJ Styles is a champion with a guy who's a part of the LWO. Look, as I said, I'm happy for Dragon Lee, but at the end of the day, this is like the most random pairing ever. There's no storyline reason why AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are teaming together. But again, AJ Styles told us before Crown Jewel that we don't need stories. We don't need stories. When people were saying he and John Cena had no story, and he was like, you don't need a story. Just shut up and watch us wrestle. We're gonna have a great match. So it's gonna be it's basically the same thing here. Why are he and Dragon Lee teaming up? It doesn't matter why. Just shut up and enjoy the tag team. The tag team's gonna rule. And now people are making jokes about calling the tag team AJ Lee. Because Dragon Lee, AJ Lee, haha, you think you're funny. You're not funny, guys. You're not funny. You're absolutely not funny at all. There's already a wrestler named AJ Lee. It's already taken. So, back to what I'm saying, like, so many other people are being shoved aside for Jey Uso. And this is why WWE desperately needs a draft. And I know there's injuries from the likes of Gunther or at least I think Gunther's injured because I don't know where the hell he's been, and several others, but come on, man. Like, there are so many other people more deserving than Jey. Like, CM Punk beating Jey Uso to become World Heavyweight Champion just doesn't seem right to me. Like, how in the world do you not have Bron Breakker or especially Bron Breakker after what he did to Seth Rollins? How in the world do you not have Bron Breakker win the Battle Royal? Like, I know he and Bronson Reed were shown in that graphic for the Battle Royal, and apparently Adam Pearce took them out of the Battle Royal. So Triple H basically took out the only two logical winners. Plus, at LA Knight, that's 3 logical winners. He was just like, no, I'm going to have all the logical winners, all the people that would make sense to win the Battle Royal, and I'm just going to give it to the one guy that fans are sick of. Like, fans are sick of Jey Uso, clearly. And now people are probably going to tell me, oh, but if you watch the Raw every single week, the arenas are yeeting. You see the crowd yeeting every single show, man. Shows you that it's still over. People still like it. The fans haven't turned on Jey Uso yet. It's just the internet fans. It's just all the internet fans who hate Jey Uso. Every town, every arena, he gets great reactions. The crowd throw their arms up and down. They're all yeeting. I don't know, man. I think the fans eventually are going to see through it. It's the same old story with Jey Uso. And then WWE want to rerun the Bloodline angle. They want to rerun the Bloodline angle just because. Just because, right? We've already seen Jimmy and Jey bicker and argue so many times, and now we're going to be seeing it again. Let me guess, is Jimmy Uso going to cost Jey Uso the World Heavyweight title? Oh no, Jimmy Uso is turned heel. Oh no. How could he? How could he do that to his brother? You know, that's what Joe Tessitore was doing during the Battle Royal when Jey was like, oh my god, when he was like, oh my god, Jey Uso eliminated his brother. Why would he do that? Why would he eliminate his brother from the Battle Royal? Because it's a Battle Royal to determine the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Why would he not eliminate Jimmy Uso? The only thing that can save Jey is, unfortunately, a heel turn. In my opinion, it seems to be a heel turn. Like, to me, this feels like another Roman Reigns kind of thing, where Triple H is shoving Jey Uso down the fans' throats, and fans are not taking it in. You can say the live crowds are into it or whatever. Like, that's the live crowds. I mean, look at the amount of money they paid. The crazy amount of money that the live crowd audience pay just to go to these shows, around $1,000, $3,000, $4,000 a ticket. You know, the insane amount of money they have to pay for the tickets, you're damn sure, you damn well believe they should, be into the show. They paid so much money to go. Of course they should be yeeting. Of course they should be cheering. They should be booing. They should be making noise. They spent so much money to go to those shows. Of course they're going to make noise. You think they're going to sit on their asses with their hands, with their hands on their chairs and not make any noise? When they literally paid thousands of dollars for tickets? I mean, it's insane that John Cena's last match is $10,000 for front row seating, and then the back, and then up the very back, the cheap seats is about $500. It's insane. These ticket prices are just absolutely insane, and people, and again, and I know people are going to say, well, people pay them, so it's clearly not a big deal. But is it though? Is it though? You do think maybe these fans who pay are loyal to the wrestlers and not to the company? They are loyal to the wrestlers who put their bodies on the line for our entertainment. Triple H doesn't care about us. All he wants is our money. He's a greedy, bald-headed fraud who just wants your money. So at the end of the day, that's all he is. He's just a bald-headed fraud who's just who's making you pay godly amount of money just to go see a wrestling show. And it's downright crazy. I wanted to go to the Australia shows this year, but when I saw the ticket prices, I was like, hell no. Hell no, I'm not paying that much. Hell no, am I not telling my parents to pay me $500 for a ticket and then pay extra for a flight to Perth? I'd have to pay extra to get on a plane to Perth. So no way in hell was I going to be paying that godly amount of money. If I had that kind of money, I'd spend it on a PS5 or a Switch 2. Something that would be worth the money. Going to wrestling shows that are not that great isn't really worth it. But yeah, man, the Jey Uso experiment, man, like this is getting out of hand already. Like, this is only the first year of it. Like, people would be all like, oh, well, Vince McMahon had his favorites, like Charlotte Flair and Roman Reigns and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, of course he had his favorites. So does Triple H. Triple H has his favorites, but people, like, look, just think about it for a second. The only thing I don't agree with is how I've heard people say Triple H never liked Karrion Kross. But here's the thing. Karrion Kross debuted during the black and gold era, when it was during COVID. So Triple H clearly liked him. And so did LA Knight. He also debuted around that time. And I thought for sure Triple H liked him. I guess he doesn't like him much now, but again, I don't really know. But considering how LA Knight has royally been robbed for 3 years at this point, maybe Triple H doesn't like the guy. I don't know. But it's odd to me how I've heard stories about wrestlers who've been released. They've been saying that Triple H doesn't contact them. Doesn't contact them to let them know how they're doing and all that stuff or anything. Like, I remember Shotzi saying that she was heartbroken when Triple H released her because she was like, oh, I thought Triple H believed in me. Yeah, well, he clearly didn't believe in you enough. He didn't. You clearly didn't have. You clearly didn't have a gimmick that made you go say your name and you appear and then you believe and then you clap your hands and whenever we say your name you appear. Shotzi. But yeah, like think about it. Like, all the people he's released, apparently he doesn't contact them. Apparently he doesn't give a shit about them. And Karrion Kross, he was willing to keep him. He gave Karrion Kross a lowball agreement, a lowball deal that guaranteed him that he would stay, but not his wife Scarlett. he wanted to keep, he was like, oh, I'll let you stay, but your wife goes. And Karrion's like, nope, I'm not letting you guys do that to my wife. You're not doing my wife dirty like that. I'm not going to re-sign, and then you guys fire my wife. And then they both ended up bailing. Then they both ended up leaving, and then now here we are with Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. Now Triple H is like, here, we'll have our own version of Karrion Kross and Scarlett. It's Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. So basically, Aleister and Zelina are just basically Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Because, weird. I just find that bizarre. But anyway, I know I'm going off topic too much. But I just want to get across some different pointers of what I'm trying to say about Triple H's booking. But with Jey Uso, it's oddly weird. It's oddly weird that he's trying so hard to get this guy over. But of course, because he believes, because the kids and all them like to yeet, he thinks that's what the fans want. He thinks everyone wants to do that. Like, everyone wants to yeet. Everyone likes to do that. Like, I'll admit, sometimes I've yeeted at home, but at the same time, man, like, not everyone wants to see Jey Uso. Not everyone's going to be a fan of Jey Uso. And 62,000 dislikes. 62,000 people clearly do not like Jey Uso. 62,000 dislikes. How in the world do you look at that and you think to yourself, wow, why are the people not liking Jey Uso? What's going on here? It just makes you wonder, what is going on? If I'm Triple H, I'd be like, why are these people disliking Jey Uso? Yeet. I thought you people liked the yeet. Yeah, well, we don't like it anymore. We clearly do not like it much anymore. Like, to us, Jey Uso has hit his ceiling. The experiment is over. He failed to be a world champion. Yes, he wasn't given much of a fair run, but again, that's on Triple H. He didn't really give him much of a fair chance, even though, like, Jey Uso was supposed to be his experiment. His boy. His boy that he's building up to be the future. Which, as his chosen one, which is clearly not the case. Like, Triple H has his chosen ones. He has his selection of favorites. Sami Zayn. Like, God almighties. Look at Sami Zayn. Look at how he's been pushed ever since Triple H has taken over. Look at Randy Orton. Look at how he's been booked since Triple H took over. Look at John Cena's retirement tour and how much of a flop that's been. And yet, AJ Styles is going to do a retirement tour next year, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, considering how Triple H handled the John Cena retirement tour, I could only imagine how he's going to handle AJ Styles' retirement tour. If you thought the John Cena retirement tour was bad, boy oh boy, can't wait to see how bad AJ Styles' retirement tour is going to be. But again, like, Jey Uso's just a guy that fans don't really believe in as a main eventer. I think the fans are just done with it. Like, 62,000 dislikes, man, like, that's very telling. And I think Triple H should really look at himself in the mirror and think to himself, like, man, like, I don't know why fans are not behind Jey Uso. I thought people liked the guy. He's a mid-carder and a tag team wrestler at best. He had his run as the world champion. It failed. Time to move on. But again, Triple H is being a lot like Vince, being stubborn, continuing to push the guy he's trying to get over, pushing the guy that he wants to be the top guy. It's not what the fans want. Fans want to see LA Knight get his turn. They want to see AJ Styles get a world title run before he retires. It's what people want. Remember when John Cena's retirement tour was all about him winning that magical 17? And it was ruined because of Travis Scott? Now, I bet people don't even remember. he was WWE champion this year. People probably forgot he ever was the champion. It's probably forgotten about. His title reign is probably so forgotten about that people probably forgot he ever was the champion. But again, that's besides the point. Jey Uso is not a guy who I can buy into as a world champion. Like, Jey Uso is the kind of guy you would give one world championship reign to. He's the kind of guy that you could see him maybe being a one-time world champion, and then after that, he kind of goes back to, you know, kind of like what Kofi Kingston was. Like, he'd have that one-and-done world title reign, and then he'd go back to what he does best, and that's being in a tag team with Jey Uso. That's what I envisioned Jey Uso being. But it seems like they're trying to make him be a lot like Jeff Hardy. They're trying to make him the Jeff Hardy and Jey Uso the Matt Hardy. You know, the jealous brother that always gets all the success and he's always left behind. It's almost like Triple H is trying to turn Jey and Jimmy into the Hardy Boys. Now, Jeff Hardy was always the successful one, and Matt Hardy was always the one that was given all the scraps. His brother was always the world champion, and never him. He was never a world champion, and all that stuff. It's not meant to be that way. Jey Uso is the kind of guy you'd give a title, you'd give the world title to, you'd run with it for a little bit, and then you put him back in the tag team, and then you put him back in the tag teaming. But nope, that's not what Triple H wants. He wants to try and make him a world champion, make him a top guy. If you guys seem to believe in that, then that's your prerogative. It's not for me. I don't think Jey Uso is really a world champion kind of guy. And the fact that his Battle Royal win got 62,000 dislikes is really telling. And Triple H, you know, he needs to do something about it. He's not going to do anything about it, because he's the kind of guy that will just tell you if you don't like his product, then F off. Then F off, I don't want you here. You're not a real fan if you do not accept Jey Uso versus CM Punk. Like, nobody wins here. Either Jey Uso becomes the world champion again and CM Punk gets shafted, or CM Punk becomes the world heavyweight champion at Saturday night's main event of all places. And nothing. Who is to say that Triple H just makes CM Punk world champion and then he just has him have a short title reign just so he can lose it to Bron Breakker? It's not what the fans would want, that's for sure. And again, at least Bron Breakker would make sense, but instead he wanted to go with Jey Uso. But here we are, man. But this is where we are, man. This is where we are. Like, they're pushing him because of his relationship with The Rock and all that. And also, got to keep Big Keish happy, I guess. Got to keep Big Rikishi happy, because the dude always complains. He complains literally about anything. He literally complains about everything that happens to his boys. But anyway, that's the end of this little video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you guys think the Jey Uso experiment is a success, or do you guys think it's a fail? Do you guys agree with the 62,000 dislikes? Do you think Triple H really needs to change things up? I think he does, but I'll let you guys have your opinion as well. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.